Type in Buckingham Palace into Google News and this is what you find. Nothing to see here. No one fancy reporting this was going on? Type in Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, I just saw a video that broke my heart. It shows a Muslim sister crying because she got spit at for wearing a hijab. Let me tell you this now, to all my Muslim sisters. I'm your big brother, okay? I'm your brother in Islam. If any coward disrespects you, assaults you, verbally abuses you, you let me know. I'm there to protect you. And all my Muslim brothers, make a duet with me to show our sisters that they have the protection that they deserve. They shouldn't be scared to walk around with the hijab, okay? And some of you Muslim dudes are degrading our sisters. And let me tell you this now, I don't care how much you live, you're gonna be staring at this, my man, and you ain't built like that, trust me, okay? Have respect for our sisters and make others respect our sisters, okay? Let them fear our sisters, because if they disrespect them, they disrespecting us. Yeah, I just saw a video.
But let me speak on the comments, how it was saying, how could I support Black Lives Matter, but not Black Lives when it comes to trans or the LGBTQ? You do realize I can turn that against right back on you, right? Because if black people are being with their same exact gender, you're not procreating any black lives to even care for.
And that right there is the biggest issue with the Christian community. Everybody, I'm a Christian, and yet I know a lot of people that are the same way as her, which is sad. But at the end of the day, we got to remember that no sin is greater than the other. So you might be drinking, you might be having issues with you, pornography, whatever the case may be, that's still a sin. So who are you to judge them for their lifestyle when your life isn't perfect? No one is perfect but Jesus. So let's get that understood. Next time you try to say somebody's life doesn't matter, take a look in the mirror for yourself.
But let me speak on...
Now, don't get me wrong. The Black King by Beyonce, which came out this week, visually was amazing. The music, I mean, it's Beyonce, so you already know the music was fire. But here's my thing. Is it only me that feels like Beyonce might be just capitalizing off Africa? I find it a bit weird that Beyonce apparently loves Africa so much. And her last few videos have been very much African inspired. But when she's on tour, she don't perform in Africa. She don't pass through. And it's absolutely crazy to me that she can create a whole visual album based in Africa, featuring African people, African culture, just African everything. But if you live in Africa, unfortunately you can't see documentary because Disney Plus isn't in Africa. So you mean to tell me that people that featured in this visual album can't even rewatch themselves in the comfort of their own homes? I mean, something don't sound right to me. I mean, I could be wrong, but it's not looking good, Beyonce. Now, don't get me wrong.
I'm just gonna say something real quick. Had he been black or Latino, he'd be a thug and you'd put his mugshot up there. Had he been Muslim, you'd say he was a terrorist and you put his mugshot up there. But because of his race, you show him cleaning the city before he shot people. This kid is the exact definition of what a terrorist is. Call him what he is, please. Also, I know
I may be white, but I'm not white. In other words, I may have white skin, but my family and culture does not associate with white people one bit. Like, we're on the complete opposite side of the spectrum. Like, if white people live in Antarctica, we're on fucking Pluto. Like, it's not even close. I may be white, but I'm not white.
Where are the protests for these men? These 3 innocent men who were stabbed to death by someone of the opposite race for no reason. George Floyd was a criminal, and he was killed by a police officer. But just because he's black and the police officer was white, there was uproar. But only Black Lives Matter, right?
Are you fucking stupid? First of all, that's just regular murder. It's a civilian killing another civilian. In George Floyd's case, it was a cop killing him, and cops are meant to keep the community safe, and they're trained. It's their job. Second of all, those men are getting justice. George Floyd was not getting justice. The police officers were let go on paid leave. Only after the protest did people start listening. Thirdly, you said he's a criminal, but do you think $20 warrants death? Who the hell protests for a regular murder? Black Lives Matter is advocating against systemic racism. There's a reason that Black Lives Matter exists. This murder is in no way comparable to George Floyd's death. You're just embarrassing yourself. You sound really dumb.
People are actually using this filter. Like,
This is what I'd look like if I was fat and disgusting, and if I was a fat, disgusting piece of fat shit. Is this what I'd look like? Thank goodness I'm not, though. Thank goodness I'm skinny and perfect and beautiful and skinny and not fat. Imagine being fat. It's the blatant, unapologetic fat phobia for me.
We have the Nipex Ergo Strip, right and left-handed.
Yes, it is always the Indian people, the most successful minority in this country. Indian people.
Now let's talk about what exactly is wrong with this statement. What this individual is doing is she's embracing the model minority idea. You see, people from South Asia and East Asia are given opportunities to migrate to the Western world for academic means. This means only the most educated of the population are able to come over to the country and get higher paying jobs. Now America will use this small minority as a representation of what the wider community should be behaving like, when in reality other people of color did not come to America or are not present in America through academic means, but rather through things like slavery. They're essentially using South Asians and East Asians as a tool of oppression, and people like that are actually embracing the idea. Now look at places like the United Kingdom, okay, also the Western world, but South Asians have historically been brought over for things like labor, and they are not the most successful minority group.
Yes, it is always the
Hey, what up, world? Man, I love the NBA, man. I got, that's my family. But now ain't the time to be playing basketball, y'all. Now ain't the time. Playing basketball is gonna do one thing. Take all the attention off the task at hand right now and what we fighting for. Everybody gonna be worrying about the playoffs. They're gonna have all that blast all over the TV, and nobody's gonna be talking about getting justice for all these senseless murders by the police, and nobody gonna be focusing on the task at hand, bro. None of these white owners have spoken up. None of them are taking a stand. Yeah, they might post a video when the season start or saying what we should do, but they ain't doing nothing. Playing basketball ain't gonna do nothing but make them money and take the attention of what we fighting for, what we marching for. It's bigger than all of us, and it's bigger than the game, and I'm sad that we still got to explain that to people, bro. Hey, what up, world?
TikTok, I'm seriously sick and tired of your blood clot now. Everything people post, you remove it, say it against community violations. Me see people on TikTok with them breast, pussy, everything out the door, and I remove it. But as somebody show something else, so what through my fat? Big dirty stinking TikTok, I'm sick of you. I'm sick and tired of you. TikTok.
Gonna need you to listen to this. This Nigerian placebo effect. Gonna need you to listen to this. This Nigerian king committed suicide because someone falsely accused him of rape. And this is the criminal that destroyed his life because he didn't want to go out with her. He was innocent and even tried to reach out. She previously wrote in her bio, "I'm not afraid of what I did what I did." She's now changed it to "a fresh start." This was his last tweet. Rest in peace, brother. I'm gonna need you to listen to this. This
say chicken is Laurie Lowen.
It's funny because he wasn't 16. He was a 28-year-old man. He was an illegal immigrant crossing the channel on a dinghy. What do you want me to say?
Honestly, I thought you'd have just taken the video down by now. Let's start with the first bit of you saying it's funny because he was actually 28 instead of 16. That's like me saying 6 years ago my 70-year-old gran died, and then somebody going, "That's funny, she was only 68 when she died."